See, now the graph of Gay-Lussac's law. As we know, in Gay-Lussac's law, volume is constant and amount of gas is constant, and pressure varies proportional to temperature. Now there are 4 volumes are given, and we have to identify for which volume which graph is possible. See, in this case, as we know, PV equal to nRT, ideal gas equation. Now I am again fixing the x-axis. On x-axis, what is their temperature? So now I am fixing the temperature. So we have fixed the temperature. Since amount of gas is fixed, N is constant, R is constant, and we are going to see the relation between the volume. So see there, as amount fixed, R constant, and we have fixed the temperature also, means nRT is constant. So pressure and volume varies inversely proportional according to this graph. As V1, V2, V3, V4, it means high volume will have low pressure, means low pressure will have high volume. So low pressure corresponds to this point and high pressure corresponds to this point. High pressure will have low volume. It means the order of volume will be V1 because pressure is high, therefore volume is low, and V4, the pressure is low, therefore volume is high. So this is the correct graph. See the next law. Next law is Avogadro law. See, in Avogadro law, under similar conditions of pressure and temperature, means pressure and temperature are fixed. So under similar condition of pressure and temperature, equal volume of all gases contains equal number of moles. So if temperature and pressure are same for two containers, and their equal volume will contain equal number of moles or molecules, but not atoms. Why not atoms? Because atomicity is not same. When atomicity is same, then atoms will be same. Otherwise, when atomicity is not same, then atoms will be not same. So the correct definition is, under similar condition of pressure and temperature, equal volume of all gases contain equal number of moles, molecules, but not atoms. Atoms may or may not be equal atoms if atomicity is same. See the application of this Gay-Lussac's law. See the application of this Avogadro law. Application of Avogadro law. See question. In this question, what is given there? The question is, two containers are given. One is first container having 32 gram of methane, and second container 64 gram of oxygen gas. And the conditions for two containers is same, means pressure and temperature is same. It means the condition is matching with Avogadro law, as pressure temperature is same. If these two containers will have equal number of moles, then the volume of two containers will be same. Now find the number of moles. In 32 gram, number of moles is given mass by molar mass, which is 2. In 64 gram, given mass by molar mass, which is 2. It means pressure temperature is same, then equal moles will contain equal volume. Therefore, volume V1 equal to V2. See the next question. See next question, what is given there? Next question, the question is, two containers are given again. The first container having 2 gram of hydrogen, second container 44 gram of CO2. Again, for two containers, pressure and temperature is same. Then what is the relation between V1 and V2? Find number of moles. Number of moles is given mass by molar mass, which is 1. In second container, given mass, molecular mass of CO2 44 equal to 1. So both have same number of moles. As 1 atm pressure and 273 Kelvin. At this pressure and temperature, 1 mole of gas, at this temperature and pressure, 1 mole of gas occupies 22.4 liter of volume. So basically, at this temperature, 1 atm pressure and 273 Kelvin temperature, 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liter. So the volume occupied by hydrogen and CO2 at this temperature pressure as moles is same, so the volume occupied by 22.4 liter. And also matching with the Avogadro law. Equal number of moles under same pressure and temperature contains equal volumes. See. Next we are going to discuss ideal gas equation. See, what is ideal gas equation? Ideal gas equation is basically for 1 mole of gas, this is PV equal to RT, and for n moles of gas it is PV equal to nRT. So this is the ideal gas equation, PV equal to nRT, ideal gas equation, where R is universal gas constant, physical significance of R. Now we will find the values of R. See the values of R. What are the values of R? As we know, PV equal to nRT, when pressure is 1 atm, temperature is 273. At this pressure and temperature, 1 mole of gas will occupy 22.4 liter of volume. When we solve the value of R by putting PV and T, then we get the value of R is 0.0821 liter atmosphere per mole Kelvin. So this is the unit in terms of liter atmosphere. Now check the next unit of R. So it is one of the unit of R. See next value of R in other unit term. See in MKS system, pressure in Pascal, volume in meter cube. So 1 atm equal to that much pressure. 1 atm equal to that much pressure in Newton per meter square. And volume, 1 mole of gas occupies at 1 atm and 273, 22.4 liter volume. Convert 1 liter into meter cube. So now we have all the units in MKS system. So value of R will be 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. So this is the unit of R in terms of joule per mole. We may use the shortcut for this, that is 25/3. For easy calculation we use 25/3. Now we can convert this unit into calorie. So the next value of R is in terms of calorie. See, 1 calorie is 4.2 joule. So value of R is 2 calorie per mole per Kelvin. Now there will be some conversion in pressure. Unit of pressures. As we know, 1 atm is 76 centimeter of mercury. Also 76 mm of mercury and 760 torr. Also 1.0135 into 10⁵ Newton per meter square. So basically these 4 units are useful for us in the calculation. First 4 units. Now we will apply the ideal gas equation and solve the questions. See the questions on ideal gas equation. The first question is, calculate the mass of CH4 gas present in a container of volume this at 27 degrees Celsius and exerting a pressure of this. Take R equal to 1/12. We are using the shortcut value as 0.0821 is nearly equal to 1/12. So it makes the calculation easy. See, pressure is given how much? Pressure is given 5 atm. Volume is 1 decimeter cube is 1 liter. So basically 5 decimeter cube means 5 liter. We don't know number of moles. The value of R is 1/12. Temperature change in Kelvin, 27 plus 273, which is 300 Kelvin. So number of moles will be 1. As we know, number of moles is given mass upon molecular mass. Because the gas is CH4, so molecular mass of CH4 is 16. It means 16 gram is the mass of CH4 present in a container. See the next question. The next question is, calculate the number of oxygen molecules. Calculate the number of oxygen molecules present in a container of volume 20 liter at 27 degrees Celsius and exerting a pressure of this. As pressure is given in mm. Here pressure is given in mm and the value of R is 1/12. And the value of R is 1/12 in terms of liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. So we have to convert pressure of mm into atm. So to convert as we know 1 atm is 760 mm of Hg. So 1 mm will be 1 by 760 atm. So to convert mm into atm, divide by 760. So now the pressure will be equal to 10 की power minus 10 atm. Now we have pressure in atm. Apply the equation. PV equal to nRT. So pressure is 10 की power minus 10. Volume is how much? 20 liter. Number of moles we don't know. The value of R in atmosphere liter is 1 by 12 and temperature is 300. So the number of moles on solving is 8 into 10 power minus 11. Now we have number of moles. To find number of molecules, multiply number of moles by Avogadro number. So these are the number of molecules present in 20 liter of volume. See the next question. The next question is a container having 3 mole of gas occupies 60 liter of volume at pressure and P and temperature T. If 0.01 mole of gas are introduced in the same condition, pressure and temperature is same, what will be the change in volume? Now apply the ideal gas equation. See, as pressure is P, initial condition, pressure P, temperature T. So PV, initial volume is 60, number of moles is 3, R is gas constant and temperature is same. Now apply final condition. Final condition is again pressure, temperature same, so P, we don't know volume, P into V, final volume. Number of moles, now number of moles is, if 0.01 moles of gas are introduced, it means initially it has 3 moles, 0.0 mole further introduced, means total number of moles now will be 3.01 into RT. Now divide first and second equation, we get the final volume. So final volume is 60.2 liter and initial volume is 60 liter. So change in volume will be final minus initial. 60.2 minus 60, it is equal to 0.2 liter. See, next we are going to discuss density of an ideal gas. As we know, ideal gas equation in terms of density will be, use ideal gas equation, PV equal to nRT. Number of moles is given mass by molar mass. Take volume below. So weight by volume is density. So P equal to dRT by M, as weight by volume is density. So we may also say density equal to PM upon RT for an ideal gas. See, always find the difference between these two. As density is PM upon RT only for single gas. This is only for single gas like CO2, like NH3. If we are talking about mixture of gases, then density will be P RT, but molecular mass will be average molecular mass. So for a mixture of gases, molecular mass will be average, and for single gas, it is a mass of single gas. So molecular mass of single gas. Now see, the question is calculate density of a gas having molecular mass 50 gram per mole at 1 atm in this condition. R is 1 by 12. As we know, density is PM upon RT. Pressure is 1 atm. Molecular mass is 50. The value of R is 1 by 12 in atm liter. And temperature is in Kelvin 300. On solving, we get density equal to 2 gram per liter. See the next question. The next question is, in which following condition density of O3 gas will be maximum? So 4 conditions are given. We have to find one option in which condition density for O3 gas will be maximum. As we know, D equal to PM upon RT. So this is the density of gas for a single gas. As there is single gas O3, so D equal to PM upon RT. As R is gas constant and molecular mass of gas is also constant, means density is proportional to P by T. So density is proportional to P by T. See, for maximum density, pressure should be maximum as it is directly proportional, and temperature should be lowest. So it is given in the option as pressure should be high. So there are two options. 2 atm, 2 atm. So two options are there, both have 2 atm, 2 atm. But we have to see the low temperature. Low temperature is in case of 273. Therefore option B is correct. Now we are going to discuss our next law, which is Dalton's law of partial pressure. See what is Dalton's law of partial pressure. Basically, Dalton's law of partial pressure is applicable to mixture of non-reacting gases. So there must be mixture of non-reacting gases. Non-reacting gases. These gases should not react with each other. So according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, if there is mixture of non-reacting gases in a closed container, then the total pressure of the gases will be equal to the sum of the individual pressure of the gases. Individual pressures also called partial pressure. See, the total pressure exerted by a mixture of non-reacting gases, in a closed container. Note this term, non-reacting gases should be in a closed container at temperature T is equal to the, so total pressure is equal to the sum of partial pressure of component gases present in the mixture. Like two gases are present, one is SO2 and one is NH3. These gases should be non-reacting. So the pressure of SO2 and the pressure of NH3 will be equal to the total pressure. This is the partial pressure, means partiality, individual pressure of gas. So total pressure will be equal to the sum of the individual pressure of gases, and these gases must be non-reacting. So basically total pressure equal to P1 plus P2. If V volume, temperature T, gases should be non-reacting. So P1 is the partial pressure of gas 1 and P2 is the partial pressure of gas 2. What is partial pressure? It is the pressure exerted by individual gas in same container at same temperature. If we put the individual gas under identical condition, the individual pressure exerted by that gas is the partial pressure. Now we will see the equation of partial pressure. As we can see that the formula of partial pressure will be, so partial pressure is if partial pressure for gas A, then it is directly proportional to mole fraction of gas A. So partial pressure of any gas in a mixture of gases is directly proportional to its mole fraction. To remove proportionality sign, there is constant, and constant is total pressure. So partial pressure of A will be mole fraction of A into total pressure. Similarly, partial pressure of B will be mole fraction of B into total pressure. So percentage of any gas in the mixture will be partial pressure divided by total pressure into 100. See, now the question is based on Dalton's law, and the question is find the total pressure of each component gas if a container of volume 8.2 1 liter contains 2 mole of gas A and 3 mole of gas B at this. As we know, to find total pressure, we have to know the pressure of A and pressure of B, and we know partial pressure of gas is proportional to mole fraction. So we have to find the mole fraction of A and mole fraction of B first. See, as per Dalton's law, we have to find first, as partial pressure of A will be mole fraction of A into total pressure. So we have to find first total pressure. So for total pressure, we have to know the conditions. The conditions for the container are given. P, volume of container is 8.21 given. Number of moles is 5. Value of R is 0.0821. Temperature is 27, means 300. So total pressure comes is here 15 atm. So total pressure is 15 atm. Now, as 2 moles of A is given, 3 moles of B is given. So mole fraction of A will be number of moles of A divided by total moles A and B, which is 2 plus 3, 5. So mole fraction of B will be number of moles of B, which is 3 upon 3 plus 2 is 5. So partial pressure of A will be mole fraction of A that is 2 by 5 into total pressure, which is 15. As partial pressure of A is 6, as only two gases are present, PT is 15. When partial pressure of A is 6, then partial pressure of B will be 15 minus 6, which is 9. Or you can solve mole fraction of B into total pressure. See the next question. The next question is, if 2 liter of gas A and pressure 1.5 atm are mixed in a 10 liter vessel, and second gas is B, which is 3 liter and pressure of 2 atm. So two gases are given, their pressure is given and their volume is given. So their pressure and volume is given. These two gases are mixed in a new container and the volume of new container is 10. Then find the final pressure. See, what is the final pressure? The final pressure will be, as we know equation, PV equal to nRT. So basically, number of moles of A in this container will be, which is PV by RT. So pressure is 1.5 and volume is 2 liter. RT, as R is same and temperature is also same for the two containers. So this is 3 by RT. In the same way, we can find the number of moles of B. So number of moles of B will be PV by RT. So pressure is 2, volume is 3 by RT. So it is 6 by RT. As these two gases are mixed in a volume of container 10 liter. So now new pressure will be P into V, as volume is 10. As both gases are present in this container, so number of moles of A plus number of moles of B into RT. Temperature is same. Now put the value of Na and B. We get the pressure is 0.9 atm. You may also use the shortcut. And the shortcut is, final pressure will be sum of pressures P1 V1 plus P2 V2 upon V1 plus V2. Use this equation, you will find the same answer, 0.9 atm. Thus this is the shortcut, as temperature is constant. See the next question. Next question is again based on this. 3 containers are given and stop cock are removed. So volume and pressure also given for 3 containers. After removing the cock, find the total final pressure. So as total pressure will be P1 V1 plus P2 V2 plus P3 V3 upon V1 plus V2 plus V3. So P1 is 4V, so 4 to ja 8. P1 V1, P2 V2, P3 V3 upon V1 plus V2. So final pressure will be 1.5 P after opening of cock. See, next we are going to discuss Graham's law of diffusion. See, we are going to discuss Graham's law of diffusion. So what is Graham's law of diffusion? Graham's law of diffusion. So what is Graham's law of diffusion? In short, we use GLD, Graham's law of diffusion. See, first case we are considering when the pressure is constant. In Graham's law of diffusion, when the pressure is constant. See, according to Graham's law of diffusion, under similar condition of pressure and temperature, the rate of diffusion of any gas, is inversely proportional to square root of its molecular mass. So rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. Case 1, which is when pressure is constant. As we know, density is Pm by RT for a single gas. So density is proportional to molecular mass. Also, vapor density is molecular mass by 2. Also, we can say vapor density is proportional to molecular mass. So we can also use the rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to density of gas. So rate of diffusion either inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass or square root of its density. See, for two gases, if there are two gases given and we have to compare their rate of diffusion. For two gases, gas 1, rate of diffusion will be R1 proportional to 1 by root M1, R2 proportional to 1 by root M2. So their rate of diffusion will be R1 by R2. relative rate will be R1 by R2, which is equal to M2 by M1, as it is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. See the next question. The next question is calculate the ratio of rate of diffusion of helium gas to CH4 gas. So rate of diffusion of helium gas upon rate of diffusion of molecular mass, inversely proportional. So molecular mass of CH4 will come above and helium will come below. 16 by 4 equal to 2:1. So this is the ratio of rate of diffusion of helium and CH4. See the next question. The next question is given the rate of diffusion of an unknown gas. The rate of diffusion of an unknown gas. The rate of diffusion of an unknown gas is 1/10 of rate of diffusion of H2 gas. Calculate the molecular mass of unknown gas. As according to given condition, rate of diffusion of unknown gas is 1/10 times rate of diffusion of hydrogen. Now bring the rate of hydrogen below to the rate of unknown gas. So rate of diffusion of unknown gas divided by rate of diffusion of hydrogen equal to 1/10. So 1/10 times inversely proportional to square root of mass. So for rate of diffusion H2, molecular mass of H2 comes above, which is 2, divided by the molecular mass of unknown gas. Now squaring both sides, we get the molecular mass of 200. See, now we have to calculate the rate by which gases are diffusing. So the next topic is calculation of rate. As this is the container, gas 1 and 2 is present. So basically, which possibility is there? As gas will diffuse means the volume of gas diffuse per unit time. So rate is defined in terms of volume of gas diffuse per unit time. Also we can say in terms of moles. So moles of gas diffuse per unit time. So volume diffuse per unit time or moles of gas diffuse per unit time. Also we can say distance traveled per unit time. Also we can say pressure drop per unit time. And also we know the rate of diffusion according to Gram's law of diffusion, R1 by R2 is square root of M2 by M1. So in terms of volume, so in terms of these we will write the rate of diffusion. See in terms of volume and moles. So in terms of volume, rate of diffusion is volume by time. So when we compare for two gases, so V1 by T1 equal to V2 by T2 equal to root of M2 by M1. In terms of moles diffused per unit time, N1 by T1 upon N2 by T2 equal to square root of M2 by M1. See, in terms of distance, it will be, rate of diffusion is distance traveled per unit time. So d1 by t1 upon d2 by d2 equal to root m2 by m1. So in terms of pressure drop, it will be change in pressure by time. So delta p1 by t1 equal to delta p2 by t2 equal to m2 by m1. Now we will discuss some questions. The question is, if 20 ml of O2 gas diffuses through a hole in 5 minutes. So volume is given diffuse, per unit time is also given. So rate of diffusion is volume diffuse per unit time. Calculate the volume of H2 diffuse through the same hole in 10 minutes. As we know, rate of diffusion of O2 by rate of diffusion of hydrogen equal to square root of molecular mass of H2, which is 2, divided by molecular mass of O2, which is 32. It comes 1 by 4. So ratio of rate of diffusion is 1 by 4. As volume of O2 diffuse is 20, so 20 volume in 5 minutes, 20 by 5. We don't know volume of H2 gas diffuse, so V, but time is given, so V by 10 equal to 1 by 4. Now on solving, we get volume equal to 160. So in 10 minutes, the volume of H2 gas diffuse will be 160 ml. So remaining questions of rate of diffusion we will discuss in next lecture.